Warning, the images and videos you are about to see may be considered disturbing, but this is the archive chamber. The aim of every video is to archive information and present it in a truthful light. The point of this video is not to dismiss and misunderstand the artist's work by simply judging it through a lens of satanic panic. That's only one side of the coin. Oftentimes, that's just a label used to shame, ridicule, and downplay those who question the motives of where the lines blur between artistic expression and a deeper, more sinister agenda. Let us begin with our first segment, the language of the Satan agenda. King Von, Demon. Lil Wayne, Demon. B-Love and Coi Leray, Demon. Doja Cat, Demons. Stunna Gambino, Demons. Drake, Demons. Juice WRLD, Demons. XXXTentacion, Demons. Juice WRLD, Fighting Demons. Eminem, Demons Inside. Trippie Redd, Demon Time. Lil Yachty, Demon Time. Catching a pattern yet? Lil Uzi Vert, Demon High. NBA Youngboy, Devil's Child. Eminem, Satan. Juice WRLD, Satan. The Weeknd. Here we have The Weeknd as he subliminally flashes the word Satan at his concert right here. So let's just consider the fact that these artists are merely naming their songs about demons of their past in allegorical artistic terms. Fine, I'll play ball. But also, let me take you further down the rabbit hole, starting with Lil Uzi Vert.
I'm still coming out of me.
Rapper Lil Uzi Vert was standing on a stage decorated with crosses and naked mannequins at the huge Rolling Loud music festival while he performed the lyrics, "I'll make a city girl believe in Satan," while he was wearing a belt that was made up of interconnected Baphomet symbols.
Research the conspiracy first. It's so obvious they're taunting us with Lil Uzi Vert. Say it slow, sound it out. Lil Lucifer.
Lord forgive him, he got them dark forces in him, but he also got a righteous cause for sinning.
Listen to this.
Hail Mary to the city, you're a virgin, and Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church ends. Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church ends. Jesus can't save you, life starts when the
Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church ends. See, he has something against God. He has something personal against God. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them.
I'm possessed by evil demons that torture me while I'm sleeping. I keep dreaming of death and I'm hearing people screaming. The devil's spirit's trapped inside me and I want it out.
Trying to buy my soul from Satan. I can't keep up with payments. Strange writings on the wall got me feeling like a caveman.
murder, murder, Jesus.
6666666. Yeah. 100 bodies, demons, y'all see them walk. So you know I got the devil in my thoughts. I be seeing the devil in my living room walk. I just hope I ain't got the devil in my little heart. This shit for real. Hey, Dennis B got bass. Hey,
I'm burning with me. Satan is my witness. The 666.
Wrapped up the revelation. 36, mafia creation. Satan.
My soul to the devil, that's a crappy deal. If you came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. Ill when I speak in tongues, but it's still tongue in cheek. Fuck you, I'm drunk. Satan, take the fucking wheel. I'm asleep in the front seat, bumping heaven. Don't be a retard, be a king. Think not. Why be a king when you can be a god?
So, the first 4.5 minutes of this was just a warm-up. By now, you should see that maybe something weird is going on, and I know many of you will need more convincing. Don't worry, I will do just that. I understand one might say I'm just a paranoid guy spouting conspiracies with eerie music in the background for dramatic effect. Some might say it's satanic panic, that's what they always say. But after all, one must be obsessive to make an hour-plus long documentary on this, right? But to a person with intuition, they will know that something dark is using these artists to trick the listeners into idolizing evil and glorifying a god they have no idea that they're worshiping. Don't believe me? Well, then you have no idea how deep I'm going to take you. Let's hear from a few artists and industry members themselves.
Digested on a lot of different levels. Some people will see it and be disgusted by it, but maybe they'll be unconsciously aroused by it. If people keep seeing it and seeing it and seeing it, eventually it's not going to be such a strange thing.
I want you to ask yourself if Madonna really understands what she's saying here. Is she referring just to her art or a certain revolution she's trying to proclaim, a thought revolution? And where are these ideas of this revolution in thought coming from? Because I'm sure she may think they're coming just from her and her originality. But humans are more connected to the spiritual than what we realize. There's a hive mindset going on. There's a side to choose.
Take it from a brain guy. In 25 years of working with the brain, I still cannot affect a person's state of mind the way that one simple song can. Quote, man, I really wish I could tell you guys what the industry really is and what stars are a part of destroying this world. The stars who worship Satan and those who have killed to get the respect they have now or seem innocent. Satan was head of music in heaven. He uses influential people to help influence the world. Think about that. Once you make a certain amount of money, just know that's when they ask you to join. To get in, you have to accept the beast, worship. Once you join, they assist you with your career, make you huge only if you agree and obey to destroy God's word and his children. People, and pay attention, it's a war going on right now between good and evil. Evil will rule this world for a minute. The people that have this power are the people that rule the whole world. I'm done. I won't say any more before I get in trouble.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, like, if I want you to astral project, right? You know what astral projection is? No. If I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
XXXTentacion was a man disturbed by spirits, demons. Some might call it schizophrenia, but I believe with the overwhelming amount of evidence I'm going to show you over the next hour about not only him, but almost every single celebrity, that something else is going on. Something is very wrong. These next two clips will back up my claims.
As XXXTentacion recently had a video pop up that seemingly confirms his occult influences, as many have wondered about the spurious nature of his death and how he seemingly predicted his own violent end, after he claimed he spoke with the devil in Miami and met his demise just over 40 miles away.
I knew that something was off. The voices in the head came. He would tell me, like, he would not sleep at night. And he would tell me he hears voices.
Literally, he would be like, oh, I took LSD and I've talked to a spirit that's a demon and told me information about myself, about how long I'm gonna live, that they're gonna come get him at some point.
This is all just a warm-up part of this project, but by now you should at least be questioning whether or not that the satanic agenda in the music industry is more than just an image. There is something deeper driving this whole thing. And they have been grooming us with this agenda for quite a while. Before I show you these images and this video gets any darker, give me 3 minutes to give pretext. Consider this. The truth is stranger than fiction. Don't even accept this video as the truth. It is simply documentation and observation of this one word, the Matrix. We've all heard of the Matrix, right? But what is it? It contains your hopes, dreams, desires, memories, identity. Things you understand, things you think you understand, things you pretend to understand, and your lies. The Matrix is here and exists to feed you more lies, and it protects those lies by using us as both its host and immune response to silence anyone coming too close to peeking at what's behind the curtain. Ever heard of feeding the illusion? It further protects itself by allowing every human being to experience their own personal version of the Matrix, giving us the illusion of free thought, and it elevates those into the spotlight who it deems worthy to promote the newest ideas, to hack into our spirits, injecting new subconscious thoughts by both revealing its exact plans while simultaneously masking them through actors, music artists, politicians, and others that we trust. We are all injected with different ideas of what we believe to be the Matrix, our own sense of reality of what we believe the world to be, our own interpretation on how the world oppresses us. The very existence of this Matrix will be the reason why some people never find this video. Others scroll past it, and others watch the first 5 minutes and click away. And it's also the reason a select few will continue watching. It's because they know something is very wrong with this place we call home. I'm no stranger to the fact that I am just a man. I don't have all the answers after all. This video is in itself a matrix. But Jesus said, "My kingdom is not of this world." And that is why some will continue watching, because their souls no longer consider this place home. By the end of this video, some will realize this is but one example of the kingdom of heaven, revealing all things done in the dark. The definition of a matrix is an environment or material in which something develops a surrounding medium or structure. It is used 5 times in the Bible, meaning womb. Again, I come to you as just a man operating within this confusing realm, trying to make sense of it all. Everything I see, hear, touch, taste, smell, and interact with, as well as my thought algorithms, my opinions, my ideas of who I am and my purpose. Who are my oppressors? Who are my friends? Who can I trust? Can I even trust myself? These concepts make up my day-to-day life, just as they do yours. Know the message I'm trying to communicate is simple, but not easy to digest for some who only see with their eyes. Some believe in their truth, while others believe in the truth. Discerning between the two is the challenge we all face, like it or not. Take into account how the money, fame, validation, constant control, pressure, and momentum of upholding their fake images can shatter their fragile human psyche, all the while they seem to exude ultimate confidence, pride, a perfect vision of human success, all the while something is controlling them, most of the time without them even knowing it. With every piece of new media put out, the images portrayed and words sung or spoken are grooming us to accept. And accept what, you ask? I'll answer that in 1 minute, but just so you know, what one generation tolerates or accepts, the next generation will embrace. And what do the drivers behind this mystery agenda want from us? Well, our permission. Permission to relinquish control of our spirits and be comfortable with it. So comfortable, in fact, that we will not only accept our bodies being hacked, but also our minds. And it's already happening, and we will want it. They will trick us into giving it to them. They already introduced this idea to the entire world en masse after the events that triggered the panic and fear of 2020. I will make a compelling argument that the black hat media's end agenda is to just get us to accept this one end goal: the mark of the beast. But first, we must deny God. Don't believe me? No problem. Just keep watching. Here we go. Doja Cat, with her depiction of demon love. Megan Thee Stallion, with her subliminal snake tongue, just as she shows here that the serpent is within. Just as she is within the serpent. Here, Lil Nas X is seduced by a serpent with extraterrestrial origin, it looks like. Taylor Swift, a queen being served by serpents. Megan Thee Stallion seduced by an idol of the serpent while levitating surrounded by naked butts and graphene oxide spikes. More on that later. Kodak Black, well, dancing with some demon woman. A$AP Rocky with 666 in the background. Drake, subliminal 666. Lil Nas X with a gay devil love lap dance routine. Here we have Lil Nas X with an inverted crucifixion to start off the shot. Perhaps paying homage to Nas's crucifixion, earlier artist, the Baby crucifixion. Tupac crucifixion. Remy Za, Femdom crucifixion, naked. Kendrick Lamar, Crown of Thorns. Kanye West, Crown of Thorns. The Eye of Providence is on Doja Cat's head as a demon grabs her from black liquid and possesses her right here. Rihanna with her demonic possession. Are you noticing a trend here, guys? Their music may seem lighthearted. The imagery, however, suggests something different. That's all I'm saying here so far. Billie Eilish, simulation of demonic possession as she sings I Want to End Me. Suicidal lyrics. Doja Cat, full transformation into a demon. Transhumanism here, mixed with fallen angels. More on that later. Billie Eilish as a fallen angel. A lot of spiritual symbology here that's being pushed by mainstream music. Trippie Redd, sexualization of angels. Here, Lady Gaga is a transhuman. Biomechanical. Rihanna, seen here grabbing her exposed breast in a nun outfit. Bastardization of religion. Madonna as the Virgin Mary. She's anything but a virgin. Here, Kanye West. You see angels that have horns. He looks to be somewhere in a heavenly realm. Angels spreading their wings in front of him. But they're all sexy women. You'll see that a lot right here. Lady Gaga, men worshiping the divine feminine. This is subliminal femdom. Doja Cat, a femdom goddess, worship and idolatry here. Notice the Masonic checkered floor. That was in the beginning of the shot. More to come with that. Oh, look, another Masonic checkered floor in Megan Thee Stallion's video here. Patterns. Young Thug with a pentagram on that woman's face on a Masonic checkered floor. Little Pump, Masonic checkered floor. Cash Money label, they are posing on a Masonic checkered floor. Lil Wayne, Masonic checkered floors. Jay-Z, checkerboard floor. I'm giving you guys plenty of examples here because I understand this information is always refuted in the streets. Oh, look, Michael Jackson with a Masonic checkered floor. Here's an example. of a Freemason lodge with a checkered floor. And here we have Doja Cat dancing on a demon head as she's dancing and standing with death. Here another Grim Reaper. Grim Reapers everywhere. A lot of darkness here. This is, well, Hypnotized Minds. That's 3 6 Mafia's label. Megan Thee Stallion as she lures men into a vagina with teeth. And guys, this is still not even the half of what I'm going to show you. So, are you ready for your next pill to swallow? Now, this last clip of the segment I'm going to show before I move on to segment 3. And I'm going to talk about it not just because of the horrific imagery that's mixed over an upbeat tune, making the images more palatable, but because of a similarity with something that I found in it. Guys, I'll be honest, I love a good horror movie, and I listened to this song and enjoyed it. But that's just the thing. That's how they get their message across. What you're seeing here, and what I've shown you so far, should be ticking some boxes now, because music isn't associated with happy images anymore. It's all for shock value. And once again, we see a fallen angel here, and it's mixed with black goo, which is a pervasive element used in these videos as well. I'll make a separate video about that. But what really caught my eye was this. I know, it's the most unassuming thing in the video, but it bears a striking resemblance to maybe a certain mountain that was at Astroworld during Travis Scott's concert. The concert where 10 people were said to be sacrificed. Now, one could argue and say that I'm reaching, or it's a case of pareidolia, and maybe it is, but just listen to what this guy has to say about that concert.
That night, it was demon energy all around that. Travis Scott's own t-shirt that he wore of the event had a portal of demons coming out of it.
There was like a demon walking around up above Travis, and so many people believe it's real. People believe this concert was a ritual, you name it. Well, I had quite a bit of people tell me to check out this new footage where I guess there's like a demon in the crowd. I don't see it. Where is it? Oh, what the was that? What? Wait. Look at this, look at this. Bro, it has arms. Look, it has arms. Look it. You can see the arms? And then look, it just lands in the crowd and goes through like everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now that I don't know how to justify.
Now, whether you think that last clip was clever video editing, I remember watching it, and it literally came out a day after the tragedy that happened at the concert. So, take with that what you will. Let's go on to the next.
Look at the logos of major labels, they all been designed to imitate pentagrams or the all-seeing eye. And their artists are constantly killed and losing their lives. You know that sacrificing people's how the devil survives. They say that music can heal you, but the rhymes are like cancer. Cover one eye, make a triangle, it's satanic sign language. The label executives practice Satan's religion, and every album gets blessed cause it's a sacred tradition. There's a spirit in the lyrics, the song has a hidden meaning. Make the crowd sing all the words and they can summon a demon. You don't wanna believe that your favorite artist is evil, but he was young once too, and fame was something he needed. He sold his soul for $1. The label had what he wanted. They used his songs for their sermons. They make him look like a prophet. And there's always two sides. Where there's hell, there's a heaven. And music can be beautiful or have an agenda.
Okay, so that concludes segment 2. Moving on to segment 3. Ritual circles. Trippie Redd with visions of ritual circles, serpents, Baphomets in the background. Travis Scott in a ritual circle surrounded by 6 Dobermans. That was an interesting number of him to pick. The evidence is beginning to stack, but maybe they're just being controversial, right? Rihanna, ritual circle. But why these symbolic, dark, mystical symbols of protection? Taylor Swift, circle of flame, ritual. Taylor Swift with her covering of the one eye. We'll get to that later. Playboi Carti sitting in a ritual circle. Playboi Carti's Satan tattoo on the back of his neck. Bambi Thug Robinson's Eurovision performance within a ritual circle where she put Crown the Witch up on it for everybody to see at the end of her performance. Sam Smith with his Grammy performance of Unholy in a ritual circle, surrounded by demonic horrors. Notice how he's covering one eye. We'll get more into that later. A$AP Rocky within a ritual circle. And our satanic church will be here in a moment to wave it off as just something innocent, a spooky photo shoot, which is no doubt a form of gaslighting. Nothing's happening, nothing's wrong, you're being crazy. And here they are, right here. Just looks like a spooky photo shoot. No big deal.
I have the light on at first, and then after 1 minute, turn the light off and, and search until you see your own glow, your own aura, and then you watch it change.
Wow.
And it's a scary thing because you'll feel like some hands are on you, and you lose a little bit of control of what you're doing, but,
lose a little bit of control. Remember what the scripture says? When the Holy Spirit fills us, right? What is his fruits? What are his fruits? Self-control. We don't lose control. Okay, that's why we test the spirit. Anyways.
Change.
Wow.
And it's a scary thing because you'll feel like some hands are on you, and you lose a little bit of control of what you're doing, but if you stay with it, you'll be inhabited by something, and then you'll walk out and the character's with you, and you got to know how to say goodbye to it.
You'll be inhabited by something. Now, it's very obvious. He's talking about being demonically possessed. He's literally saying that he is a garment for something. In other words,
by now, maybe you're starting to see the message that I'm putting down, but maybe you need a little bit more convincing. Don't worry. I've got plenty more where this came from. Segment 4, Transhumanism, which is the theory that the human race can evolve beyond its current physical and mental limitations by means of science and technology. Only the science and technology, which is pushed off as constructive, I will argue it is to destruct the human soul. Here, Lady Gaga pushes the subliminal message of graphene oxide. This has been being pushed for a very long time, guys. They do want this in your body. Many of us already have it. This is what happens when it is pushed together with a magnet. There's the structure. It's almost smart in a way. There's this video here. What if you were injected? COVID vaccines based on graphene nano network. This is a scholarly article. Billie Eilish. This was a video that was pushed out right before the pandemic. I wonder if this was subliminal at all. I believe it was. But it doesn't just stop there. It's about confusing your identity, mainly through gender. Megan Fox's boys who believe they are girls. Men can get pregnant. Is this true equality? Many of you may remember this old commercial. Drake becomes a machine of sorts, and now we'll just let the rest of this play out for a moment.
And live where millions of people are watching. This is a mockery of Yahshua with the Lord Jesus Christ, the Last Supper. We got drag queens, trannies, and some reason there's a child in there because that's the whole agenda with the LG community, okay? Always keep this in mind. Why do they always mock Yahshua? They never mock Buddha, they never mock Allah, they never mock Mary, all these other false, Muhammad, all these other false gods and false idols. They always play games. They always come after Christ because they know he's the way, the truth, and life. If you're still in unbelief that he's the way, the truth, and life, if you're still in the belief that he's the only way, open your eyes. There's a reason why Satan always goes at him. And
Okay, next up in our contestants of Deep State Pawns is Grimes, the ex-girlfriend of Elon Musk, creator of Neuralink brain chip technology. Notice how she is also covering one eye. There will be a deep dive segment on these foreshadowed images, but first, let's read the lyrics to her song, We Appreciate Power. We appreciate power. What will it take to make you capitulate? We appreciate power. Elevate the human race, putting makeup on my face. We appreciate power. Simulation, give me something good, God's creation, so misunderstood. Pray to the divinity, the keeper of the key. One day everyone will believe. What will it take to make you capitulate? We appreciate power. When will the state agree to cooperate? People like to say we're insane, but AI will reward us when it rains. Pledge allegiance to the world's most powerful computer, simulation. It's the future. And if you long to never die, baby, plug in. Upload your mind. Come on, you're not even alive if you're not backed up on a drive. If that's not more on the nose, I do not know what is. Neanderthal to human being, evolution, kill the gene, biology is superficial, intelligence is artificial. Submit, submit, submit. Don't you dare submit, ever. Rise up and fight for your mind and your soul, your life in Christ. More evidence. Here's Grimes covering one eye again. She looks different every time. And here she has upside down crosses with a pentagram on her shirt. Now, I'm going to get a little personal here. I want you to ask yourselves, how well do you know you? How well do you know God? True, we can never truly know God in this world the way we think or the way we wish. We can never truly know his face or his name. He has many names, but I will seek him every day, an act of defiance, an act of never submitting. Guys, I do not attend church. The kingdom of heaven is within. It's not that I don't want to attend church, but these days many don't know that it is the secret societies of this world that own many of the churches. The state of the church is at an all-time low, and nobody seems to be batting an eye at it. The reason being, the church has fallen, and by design, it's losing the battle to the ghost within the machine. Some might call it the Antichrist. But the kingdom of heaven is within all true believers of the way, and it shall remain steadfast. But before I leave you with a war cry at the end of this video, and I promise you, it is a war cry, and I declare war with everything I have in me. Here's evidence of the fallen church, among other examples of how modern society is falling into the trap of transhumanism, which was created directly to make man question consciousness, his judgment, and to accept a higher judgment, a tangible judgment. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the idolatry of the future. But remember, there is nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes 1:9.
In the house of God, everyone is welcome with open arms, even robots. Like it or loathe it, ChatGPT is part of society and now part of the congregation. As Germany's churches experience a drop in numbers of pastors, this church in the Bavarian town of Fürth has the answer by using artificial intelligence. During service,
You see the story of the AI priest having their father title removed after telling users to baptize their baby in Gatorade.
3 years ago, we saw the android Buddhist priest being used in Japan, and now we have this concept being tested just recently in a Lutheran church. But my question is, why would any church allow this test?
AI-powered church services coming to a pew near you. Nigerian church cautions against dangers of artificial intelligence. San Francisco church hosts its first ever drag queen Bible story hour. All praise the drag queens of Texas. Drag queens nuns at Dallas church spark protest. Church hosts Read with Love event featuring drag queens. Portland church hosts Blessed Are the Drag Queens. Calgary church welcomes drag artist to Easter Sunday sermon. Drag queen slays in church while protesters annoy. This is blasphemy. Dallas church pledges allegiance to LGBTQ church agenda. To host LGBTQ story time for kids. Drag sister indulges Episcopal Washington National Cathedral. Drag queen chart-topping musician Flamey Grant set for Pride service at First Baptist. God welcomes you while Louisville Church is holding a gospel drag queen show. Florida Church hosts drag gospel worship service amid DeSantis' ongoing battle against drag for kids. Drag queens and the queering of the church. Drag by candlelight. Atlanta Church's Pride celebration overcomes power outage. Drag Me to Church. Kentucky Church promotes inclusive Christianity with drag show event. Now, I want you to pay real close attention to what this man is saying. Noah Yuval Harari.
But some governments and corporations, for the first time in history, have the power to basically hack human beings. There is a lot of talk about hacking computers, hacking smartphones, hacking bank accounts, but the big story of our era is the ability to hack human beings. And by this I mean that if you have enough data and you have enough computing power, you can understand people better than they understand themselves, and then you can manipulate them in ways which were previously impossible. And in such a situation, the old democratic system stopped functioning. We need to reinvent democracy for this new era in which humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have, you know, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. We need to come to terms with the fact that, no matter again, this is where philosophy meets computer science and biology.
Yeah, that's right, you heard it. This whole idea that you have a free will and a soul, that's over. According to him. But God forgive me, but let me tell you something, bitch. You do not have any dominion over my soul. My soul belongs to God. Okay? So you take that up with him. Let me know how that goes. I question the people who are driving this New Age agenda of a New Age Babylon, a New Age one world order, if they have souls, if they want what we have, because they are jealous. But anyway, I digress. Let me show you some more clips arguing my point for transhumanism and its pervasive element in our daily media.
I know I'm different, I'm one of a kind. I took off on bitches and left them behind. Real, I keep it sexy, holler for backup before they address me.
Only a glance, dinner and drinks can be paid for in an instant. PayEye is hoping to turn cash and card into a payment of the past.
Soon you will be able to pay for groceries at every Whole Foods in the U.S. with just a swipe of your hand.
Amazon says that the Pay by Palm technology will be at all of those stores nationwide. By
there, they were really buzzing about it on social media. Take a look at this. Imagine getting to your seat and then realizing you are seated next to an AI robot. In true LA fashion, the bots were there as a promotional stunt. It's for an upcoming movie, The Creator. It shocked fans, though, and they were posting on it, social media about it. And of course, that was even more advertising for the film.
The idea of creating artificial beings mimicking the appearance and actions of either humans or animals is well established in science fiction and increasingly becoming a part of science fact through modern robotics and artificial intelligence.
Here's Grimes with the Hindu goddess arms of Shiva wrapped around her, just as the statue of Shiva stands right outside of CERN, where they are opening portals, some say. Lady Gaga with a computer chip face. Lady Gaga also with a bionic body, naked sexuality, sex sells. Christina Aguilera, here she turns into, oh, you guessed it, bionic. More bionic imagery. They've been pumping this into us for a long time. And Gwen Stefani with the highlighting of the one eye again. Lil Mabu with half his face is bionic. Call Me Rapbot, Eminem appears as British artificial intelligence avatar Max Headroom in new music video. Lil Wayne as a clunky looking little robot here. A$AP Rocky in a robotic looking crash test dummy. Travis Scott, bionic. The Weeknd presents his bionic looking statue queen here in a live performance with the moon and some interesting cloaked figures. Here we have his music video, The Echoes of Silence, where the creation of Adam being bastardized into machine form. Here's a picture of the original painting. And here we are sexualizing the robots. Emphasis on the titties here in the music video. And here we have a Kanye West collab with Daft Punk, where he is being worked on by machines. This is all about allowing the machines to invade us from the outside, to become comforted by them on the inside. They can improve us, they can heal us. And in some cases, they can. But how far are they willing to push this technology? The answer is as far as they can go. Here, in Tyga's music video, you see the split-second frames of a female peeling back her face to reveal a cyborg. And here, Chris Brown is dancing with a robot. In relationship, he is in kinship with the machine. He is forming a bond. From here, we see an android hand revealing the all-seeing eye. And at the last stage, here, we see a feminine figure, which indicates and communicates the idea of romance, sexualization of machines. The audience doesn't catch it, but it is there. It's implanted in the mind. See it or not. And for my last shroud of evidence to bring awareness to the sexualization of the machine, I bring you our next contestant, Justin Timberlake. And in repetitious form, he says, haters gonna say it's fake, so real, which hammers home the concept that even though you think this concept is fake, it's make-believe right now, it is becoming, and it will become in the future. It just takes a matter of time. Now, from here, watch how the robot dances with his feminine counterparts, grabbing the ass right there. Masculine stature of this particular cyborg as he grabs his genitals, and the females dance around him, spreading their legs. What does this suggest to you? And it goes further. He's really going to hammer it home, grabbing another ass here. And again, He's really going to hammer it home very soon. They crawl, submissive, on their knees, and he spreads her legs and begins to hammer the point home. And the audience seems to like this fact. 6 women fall in the shape of a star around what I call the beast. This is the beast that is mentioned in the Bible. And here is what it just reminded me of. I don't know if it has any connection, but strikes a resemblance to me. And at the end, the beast shoots off 3 red beams into the crowd. Take with that what you will. And then JT disappears, symbolizing that the machine is actually more real than a human being. Remember the Grimes song. Biology is superficial. Intelligence is artificial. And we are slowly being sold the bill that machine is superior to man. Moving on to segment 5, the Marina Abramovic occult connection. Marina Abramovic has long been criticized to be a witch. She has ties with numerous top-performing stars within Hollywood, many of which are going down now with the recently discovered information of the Diddy fiasco. She rejects the claims of witchcraft that have been made against her. I will let you decide for yourselves with the evidence I present. I present an argument in favor that this woman operates from a realm inspired by demonic power, and she uses the veil of artistic expression to conceal the intentions behind her actions.
Admitting that he not only gets possessed by a number of spirits who assisted him to become hip-hop's most successful star.
Here she stands with Jacob Rothschild, who recently died in a house fire, in front of the painting Satan summoning his legions. Interesting. Here she is strangled by a snake. Here she is performing a ritual with Jay-Z, embracing James Franco. He just looks uncomfortable to me. And here with Usher, his body language looks a little bit off to me as well. Kim Kardashian leaning away. Look, I it could be my bias, but these actors, Lady Gaga included, look a little bit uncomfortable. And here they are at some party, tasting a cake that is in the shape of a naked woman. Cannibalism. Here she lays within a burning star. Could be a spiritual reference to a pentagram. I don't know. In this particular one, Marina Abramovic plums mindfulness and witchcraft in a pair of new UK shows. And in her documented spirit cooking ritual, mix fresh milk from the breast with fresh milk of the sperm. Drink on earthquake nights. On your knees, clean the floor with your breath, inhale the dust. Wash your bed sheets in lemon juice. Cover the pillow with sage leaves. With a sharp knife, cut deeply into the middle finger of the left hand. Eat the pain. Facing the wall, eat 9 red hot peppers. Take uncut 13 leaves of green cabbage with 13,000 grams of jealousy. Steam for a long time in deep iron pot till all water evaporates. Eat it just before attack. And now watch this. The Marina Abramovic method practiced by Lady Gaga. Full uncensored video on Vimeo.
If you don't believe that, then take a look at this video she made with Lady Gaga. So let's put this all together. She does rituals that she describes as spirit cooking. She calls herself a witch, and she's doing what seems to be another ritual with Lady Gaga, where she even gets her to strip naked in the middle of the woods. I mean, something strange is definitely going on here.
Okay, so this all just has to be like dark artistic expression, right? Has to deal with the darker side of humanity, opening up the wounded and angsty sides of the human soul, right? She's just an artist, but you see her covering her eye in this picture, and in this picture, and in this picture with a snake, and in this picture she's accentuating the eye And I am foreshadowing the next segment of this video. What I'm saying here is simple. Judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. Segment 6. The Symbolism PSYOP Agenda, featuring everyone's favorite, the all-seeing eye. The hidden eye is a symbol of secret power passed down through millennia of secret societies who have rebranded countless times. It is representative of intelligence, wisdom, and enlightenment in a worldly, secular, or non-Christian understanding of the world, known as the Eye of Horus, or the Eye of Providence. You see, all symbols have different meanings, but they all communicate one thing: authority, power, and certainty. I said one thing, but these three things make up one thing, which is the idea that you're trying to get across. Authority, power, and certainty, and whatever idea they represent. Weak, strong, light, dark, masculine, feminine, good, evil. The greatest symbols are the ones that have evaded the human's radar of discernment by being hidden in plain sight. And just like symbols persist, so do old sayings. My personal favorite: the greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world he does not exist. Let the next 30 seconds of this be the last foreshadowing testament of what I'm about to get into, because from here on out, I'm pretty much going to be going off script. What you're seeing, you're recognizing patterns. There is a reason for that. There's a reason why when you compile pervasive amounts of things that show similarities together, it can paint a picture.
Popularized throwing up the Eye of Horus sign in his production.
Shemham Farash. Shemham Farash. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. In the name of Satan, ruler of the earth, king of hell, come forth from the pit, bestow the blessings of hell upon us. For we are your children, and we invoke thee this night.
See that the Eye of Horus is also a symbol used by the founder of the Church of Satan himself, Anton LaVey.
Are seeing the picture yet? You see, guys, we have grown up watching these people. We have grown up watching all of the symbols that they've been leaking to us, and only now, with the amount of information that is in the world, are we seeing what they've been leaking and grooming us this entire time. Are you noticing this pattern? Yet this goes for quite a while, so strap in. And if you kind of get the picture, whatever, fast forward. But I'm really hammering this point home. We've been taught to develop almost a familiarity, a kinship with these people. And what happens with those celebrities? At some point, their reputations tank. I mean, just look what happened to Will Smith, what's happening to The Rock. I mean, those are just two that come to mind right now. But at one point, they were on top of the world. And they are definitely purveyors of the symbols that I'm showing you. It's almost as if whoever is getting these people to get these celebrities to flash these signals. One, they could just be creative photo shoots, and we've just done these poses for 30, 40, 50 years, right? It's nothing to look at. But again, the greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world he does not exist, and the gaslighting that takes place whenever we point this out of what's being done. We're just crazy conspiracy theorists, right? I mean, right? We're just chasing our tail with this. Why waste our time? Well, this is the reality that we live in. Of course, we shouldn't place too much focus on the dark things, but I also am a man of expose the darkness. This was a dark undertaking, making this video, and I prayed every single time I had to get into this booth and edit this video and look at these things and be reminded of the possibility that the world we live in is not what it seems, but it is for a greater purpose. These people are not what they seem. I want you to take a look at this very interesting video of Lady Gaga and, well, just watch.
With your sexuality. When I was making love to my old boyfriend, I used to think about women sometimes.
Oh, good Lord. I'm sure he was delighted when you told me. Oh, good Lord.
You saw it? You caught that, right? Oh, good Lord. She puts the hand over her eye in real time. So it's not just some kind of pose that we do for just a cool kid photo shoot. Look at the variety of artists that I'm giving you right now. Some of these are repetitions, and that's for a reason too, to show you how many times a particular star has posed this way. Some of these stars may not be aware of just what they're communicating. They all have handlers, they have people that surround them 24/7. They have very little time by themselves, which means very little time to sit back and self-reflect on how fast things are moving. So few of these people realize, too caught up in the momentum, that they are pawns, that they are being used as a tool to communicate an idea. And when they are used up, when they are obsolete, they will be thrown away, just like Britney Spears here. You know how much her life has fallen apart. Hashtag Free Britney. And still, I continue with more pictures. I've got more where this came from, guys. These aren't all photoshopped. This isn't just some fad. This isn't just some pose. There is something deeper here. There's a reason why the most popular members in our society are showing the most popular symbol known to man that is also and equally the most mysterious and little understood symbol. I want you to put yourself in the shoes of all these faces that have come across your screen. How do you think you would have reacted if you were able to, quote unquote, artistically express yourself? If merely you bow the knee? And the people that will make you bow the knee will phrase things in such a way that will make you think you're not really sacrificing that much. They will redefine the meaning of integrity. And they'll do it through the means of money, fame, power, influence. These are all things that people want. Have you seen what social media has done to the average person? It's the same thing that has been done to celebrities. Social media, movies, music, they are all part of one giant perfect storm of a psyop. And again, guys, I listen to music. I watch movies. I am a film nerd. I love what the human spirit, the human mind can create. I love the dialogue that we come up with to communicate complex ideas for the challenges that we face In the external world, in the internal world, movies do a great job at that. I particularly love movies from the 90s and early 2000s before things became so woke, so in the motion of pushing an agenda that it's not even subtle anymore. Sometimes I prefer to go back to the day before I realized that Disney, the corporation that created Lion King, Snow White, Cinderella, Peter Pan, Pinocchio, all of these movies that I grew up watching, I sometimes wish that I could just still see Disney in that light, but I can't help but think that the revealing of the truth of what Disney is, that's a part of the psyop too. It's just like whenever you were told to believe in Santa Claus as a kid. Your parents were guilt-tripped, psyoped, into making you believe in a fictitious thing. And they did it out of love for you because they wanted you to enjoy the holidays. And we had that same comfort watching movies with familiar faces. We began to look at these people like they were family. All the while, they were all set up to fail, set up to fall, set up to die, and become yet another sad story of someone in Hollywood who was taken too early. And in similarity, a piece of us was taken with them. And over the years, more and more of these people fell. And that does something to the human condition, whether we realize it or not. No matter how much we have invested in these people, it does something to us. But enough doom and gloom. Let's go to segment 7, the Masonic occult connection. Starting with 33rd degree Grand Master Mason Albert Pike, who claims that the purity of the Luciferian doctrine is what he is trying to maintain. If Lucifer were not God, would Adonai, Jesus, culminate, spread false and harmful statements about him? Yes, Lucifer is God. As referenced in Jay-Z's Lucifer.
Lucifer, dawn of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth.
Freemasonry is a peculiar system of morality veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbols. Veiled symbols. Peculiar system of morality. Here we see Ashton Kutcher wearing a Masonic hat. And here also. And here as well. Here's Shaquille O'Neal with a Masonic ring at his Masonic meetings, wearing the Masonic apron, covering his eye. Here we see Jake Gyllenhaal with a Masonic ring in his movie Prisoners. Marilyn Manson with his Masonic ring. Notice it right here. Yeah, but it's just a fashion statement. He's a weird guy, right? That's all it is. And here's Will Wheaton from the famous movie Stand By Me with a Eye of Providence ring, wearing a shirt with a Baphomet on it. Zooms in a little bit. Jay-Z at a Masonic meeting.
It's a secret
Jay-Z
society. All we ask is trust.
Masonic symbolism. Tom Hanks, his own Masonic profile on the internet. Our understanding is that Tom Hanks is a Freemason in the state of Michigan, covering the one eye. Covering the eye again. Here's his son, Chet Hanks, with Illuminati symbolism on his chest. Do you think all this is just ironically done, guys? I believe that way at one point. And up and coming is video footage from within a Masonic lodge. And, well, you judge the footage for yourself.
Lucifer, because it is. Did Freemasonry disassociate themselves from the tax-exempt branch of Freemasonry known as the Jesters? Well, no, they didn't. Because, I mean, this is rare footage of an event within the lodge. Now, I'm sorry about the quality of this, but this is a Masonic lodge. So for Masons that want to say that the Jesters are contrary to Masonry, well, look. Look at these dirty old men. Masters of the lodge, with sublime morals. All married, probably all have daughters and granddaughters, yet still this, inside the lodge. But for you it should be obvious, because you can see the square and compass, the sex act, and the all-seeing eye right in the middle.
Sure, it's all just coincidence that the Masonic royal apron, the Masonic two-ball cane, the Freemason symbol, the divine king sign of 666, the seal of Satan, and the eye of Providence all have such similarities to these icons, right? And the endangered monarch butterfly, that is a deeper, much deeper version of MK Ultra, which has affected over 2 million people, by the way. I have plenty of links for that if you need to know. This could be just, if you mirror anything, normally you can find a face in it, but this is a pretty demonic coincidence, even if it is a coincidence. And here, on behalf of all Freemasons, we pledge our continued loyalty to His Majesty King Charles III. God save the King. So he is indeed involved with the Masons. Steve Wozniak, a definite Mason. How much did he sell the first Apple computer for? Well, just a catchy price. It's convenient. So let's take a deeper look into these conveniences and coincidences that are pervasive. Here, 666 for Billy Corgan. Yeah, devil horns right here, covering the one eye. Team Satan 666. Skrillex 666. They do like that number. 666, Justin Bieber over here, rocking the 666 hoodie. I forget this chick's name, but she's famous. 666. She's flashing that. Oh, Slash from Guns N' Roses. 666, huh? You guys just really like that number. A pentagram for Mr. Beckham. Mr. Beckham over here. Oh, look, he's doing the eye again. Brian Austin Green. Providence shirt. They just must all like, they just shop at the same outlet store, right? Miley Cyrus with occult symbolism. What is this? Wiz Khalifa, one of his buddies. Might even be his handler. You never know. Baphomet shirt in there. Guys, Cat Williams, he says he's kind of like more like one of us, but he's still sporting this attire. Childish Gambino right there, and we got the 6-sided dice over Don Cheadle's eye. Madonna with the Eye of Providence. Katy Perry, Eye of Providence. Bring Me the Horizon, Eye of Providence. Great band, though.
In Jay-Z's video, Run This Town, why is it that we see Rihanna not just wearing, but also having, isn't just anybody, as we see her wearing one here and here. This last inverted cross on Rihanna says Mind's Control.
Blood Sneakers, Lil Nas X's collaboration with art collective Mischief. The 666 pair of sneakers feature gold pentagrams, inverted crosses, as well as human blood inside the sole.
And on to segment 8, promotion of witchcraft and feminism. Both things that started out and are seen as innocent enough that they are mainly good, they are liberating, but the societal effects speak for themselves. These only contribute to an agenda to tear down the unity between male and female. We are stronger together, and the darkness of this world knows that. That's why it seeks to tear it down, through pride, through freedom, by lying straight to your face on how those goals should be attained.
Kylie shared this video of herself being drenched in fake blood, teasing the Halloween-inspired collab, and in another post, shared a side-by-side photo of herself wearing a flesh-colored bodysuit inspired by Freddy Krueger's burned and scarred.
For some blood-curdling news, Megan Fox is opening up about why exactly she and fiancé Machine Gun Kelly drink each other's blood.
I'm at Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, California. Hundreds of folks are going to come here to witness the Beyoncé Mass, bringing together secular music and a religious message to tell a story of empowerment for particularly women of color, but for anyone who happens to sing praises to the goddess herself, Beyoncé.
Beyoncé's ex-drummer of 7 years, she is seeking a restraining order against Beyoncé. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill, and basically controlling her finances, harassing her. She's saying the Beyoncé camp is put up a huge harassment campaign against her, and it's overall witchcraft. She sought a restraining.
Come on, pound it out. Come on. Do you have a question about anything? Sure I do. Just close your eyes for just a second and take a deep breath in. So now I want you to just pick 3 cards. Great. In the deck there's 78 cards. 22 of them are major ones, meaning these are big things.
My plans, that's my man. You know that my train could take you home. Anywhere else is hollow. I'm begging for you to take my hand. Wreck my plans, that's my man. All that you say, the less
Celebrity Witches Part 17. Jennifer Lopez. W Magazine has pointed out accusations from her first husband that she does have ties to Santeria. She also has a godmother that lives in Miami who gives her spiritual guidance, instructions, and how to do rituals, including candle spells and different types of spell work.
Can you do a tarot card reading for me?
Oh my god, I wish I brought them.
Yeah, what is that? What, are you just walking around set looking to do readings
Every day. No, they come to me.
Oh, interesting.
They come to me.
You are a witch?
I am, indeed. The witchiest witch. Something happened recently that I actually couldn't wrap my head around. I need to remember it. I need to remember it.
To be fair, you couldn't wrap your head around it, so...
It was the witchiest thing. Yeah, I couldn't, and I didn't. I forgot it.
Clearly, you just keep
Wait,
going.
there was something really witchy. Oh, Jim Carrey's birthday. Thank you, Mom. I announced Eternal Sunshine on Jim's birthday.
She says she's the witchiest witch. She says she always does tarot card readings, and everybody comes up to her for these tarot card readings.
Oh, look at the witches.
Oh, look, it looks like the Kardashian sisters. Later, girls.
Kardashian practices witchcraft. Now, most people will know about Kim Kardashian from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but there's actually a really dark side to her. Check this out.
Okay, this is either really cool or a little strange, but that's who you're doing business with, right? So.
What is this?
It's Marilyn's hair.
Clone her.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, I'm literally going to do some crazy voodoo shit that I like one way. And I channel her. This is so special to me. Thank you so much.
Do you guys know what freezing is? No. It's like a form of witchcraft. And I heard some people around us are doing it. You write down names and you like put them in the freezer and you like freeze them. It's like doing voodoo to you. It's like a form to like freeze them so they're stuck in a place of like torment because like whatever. I'm like, why would anybody do that? Don't freeze me. I'll freeze you back. That's so rude.
No voodoo can tear us down.
Just
That's what
gotta
Michael
keep
Jackson used to always say.
So, the Kardashian witch theory stinks of misogyny, huh? Gaslight. Bow down, boys. Worship her. Yes, enjoy. Doja Cat in her Mason Lodge as a goddess. Very nice. Won't be worshiping you though, sorry. Oh yeah, and everybody's beloved Barbie. She's everything. He's just Ken as she sits above him, him below her. It's all about equality, right? Down with the patriarchy. J-Lo's ex was hexed. I think I'm good, man. I'm just gonna stay single at this point. Not saying I'm dating celebrities, but it's just, this is a weird world we live in, guys. Megan Fox admits to being a witch, appears to threaten to perform carcass eating ritual. Okay. Lana Del Rey reveals she used witchcraft against Trump. Yeah, well, okay, cool. How'd it work out for you? Women are paying big money to scream and smash sticks in the woods. It's called a rage ritual. Maybe I need that. This is making me want to scream at this point. Lil Nas X as a gay little trainee witch. Stupid fingernails, I hate those things. Ariana Grande, God is a woman. Got an elevator. Halsey, I'm not a woman, I am God.
I'm not religious. I don't prescribe to any organized religion because, frankly, I don't need a man telling me what to do. Also, I'm a witch, so I'll let nature tell me.
All the good girls go to hell, 'cause even God herself has enemies and ones. It's such a wonder to be under her spell. What a woman in total control of herself. Villainous kitty queen, she's got tricks up her sleeve, and I got a few up mine. She said, am I bad?
Even though I probably do like them, like I could be infatuated by them, like I probably do black magic on them. You're fucking crazy. Have you ever did black magic on a guy? No. Fuck them.
Super Bowl halftime show depicted her in red being worshipped by men crawling on the ground, groveling after her as she beckoned them.
And this, obviously right here, paints witches as the victim while a bunch of men surround her. But no, the women have a trick under their sleeve. Flip you the bird. Kill all those nasty, chauvinistic, patriarchal men. Burn them. Snake tongue.
There I grew past my ankles. I slept on a mat on a floor. I swallowed a sword. I levitated to the basement, confessed my sins and was baptized in a river. Got on my knees and said amen, and said I mean. I whipped my own back and asked for dominion at your feet. I threw myself into a volcano. I drank the blood and drank the wine. I sat alone and begged and bent at the waist for God. I crossed myself and thought I saw the devil. I grew thick in skin on my feet. I bathed in bleach and plugged my menses with pages from the holy book, but still inside me, coiled deep, was the need to...
And on to segment 9, which includes our live ritual performances. This is a very small snippet of clips that I wanted to include. There were so many more, but I have to keep this video at a reasonable length. So, here we go.
Night in Toronto during the OVO Fest when a fiery six appears, followed by an image of Rihanna, followed again by a six, then another Rihanna, and a third six. Besides Rihanna's tattoo promoting the false god Horus,
you can call me crazy, but do you not think that this looks like this? And do you not think that this thing right here bears an awful resemblance to this thing right here?
blasphemous display of someone dressed as Satan chasing Jesus down. Jesus marked with stripes from being whipped, like such as at the crucifixion, chased down and then stabbed with a pitchfork. An absolute blasphemous display.
And on to segment 10, a deep analysis of Lil Nas X's J. Christ. Here we see a stairway to heaven, a very distorted view of heaven, with the Baphomet symbol above the opening gates, with Lil Nas X walking in as a feminine, very feminine version of himself. A necklace saying sex is around his neck. Again, the Baphomet symbol. Again, the inverted Baphomet symbol. And here, he's playing basketball with the devil, with the Baphomet symbol in Luke 10:18 on the shoe. Here, the Baphomet symbol is on his jersey. More promotion of men doing women's activities. Transhumanism. Inverted cross, as I showed you in the very early parts of this video. Shaving sheep, symbolizing the flock of Jesus. Notice the Baphomet on the hanging sheep pelt on the fence. Notice how the men taking pictures are attracted to him whenever he takes his shirt off. And here, now a global flood warning on the news indicates a biblical view. Now he's Noah, and he's boarding all the animals on the ark. And what is he doing? He's raising the flag of Baphomet over God's creation. Day 0 is what he ends this music video with. Now, it's time for me to raise the flag of who I stand for. The God being attacked and mocked this entire documentary. And it's done as a thank you for sticking with me. And if you made it this far, realize there is a time for peace and a time for war. I make my stand here, and I declare war on all the darkness of this world.
Gotta drink